Supreme Bacon Overlord here. Hey everyone, this is just a quick video showing how to tile textures in Blender 4.4, Blender 3D 4.4. I'm not an expert, still learning the basics myself, and it's tough to find up-to-date tutorials for the newer Blender versions. Since things change around with each update, older tutorials can be confusing to follow. Tiling textures is one of those tutorials I had trouble following. It took me a while to figure it out. I did find a tutorial for Blender 3.0 that helped a little, but the person went through some of the steps really fast, and even after going back I couldn't figure it out. I also found a plugin that converts 3D Studio Max files to FBX format, and surprisingly the materials converted over as well, the material properties. In this house you are seeing here, I have a fence that was tiled from this one little diamond shaped texture, which is only 28 by 28 pixels in size. So it does save a lot of time. I don't have to do each square that I assign to the plane. I can just use one small texture and then tile it over and over so that it repeats. So yeah, this helps out a lot. It saves a lot of time. I don't have to copy this little diamond shape 100 times over. I was a 3D Studio Max user back in the early 2000s, and the way 3D Max handled textures and materials is very different. So this is the house I'm working on. It's an old model. I think it's from 2002 or 2003, around there. I made it for this city I built. It's low poly. You can see there's a fence here. And so generally for the fence I did the same thing. It's just one little square, this one right here, and I just repeated it over and over. As you can see, I believe it was like 100 times over. So it's just one image instead of making a whole bunch of squares and fitting it into one, into one model. That's what tiling does. So this, I imported it from, I used that converter I was talking about. I'll probably have a link in the description. I don't know if anybody needs it, but just in case, it'll be there. It's from a Brazilian website, I believe. But you can use Translate to translate it to English, and you just drag and drop your model in there and then convert to FBX. I tried OBJ previously, and that doesn't seem to transfer over materials very well. It transfers the mapping coordinates, the UV mapping coordinates, but not the material properties. And this one it did. As you can see, the pool water is slightly transparent. I just changed the opacity, and then the fence, I gotta fix that black part. The black dots right here looks perfect, but that's something I gotta fix, and it made it transparent. So that's a whole other tutorial. I'm still learning. It just transferred that over also. So so the fence is done pretty much. I still have to fix the transparency on some of the on the fence. It only looks good on one side, but as you can see, the cement here, it's just using one image. It's using this one's. It's just stretched it out, so that's why it looks all blurry. So what I want to do is I want to tile it so that it doesn't look as blurry. It doesn't try to fit that whole small image into one model, so it won't look stretchy. So the first thing you want to do is go to, so you load your model, obviously. You go to UV editing here, and then my image is already loaded, but if yours is not loaded, you go to image, and then you go to open and you select it, minus cement, and it's there. Then what you got to do is click on view here, and then go to display and repeat image. So now you can see it's repeating itself. After that, you go to the shading section here, up here, and then so this is all texture node, but you want to add 2 more nodes. You want to add a texture coordinates node, excuse me, and then a mapping node. So click on add, input texture coordinates or coordinate. I'm just going to move it over here. You can move it wherever you want. And then I'm going to add the other one. Click on add, and it's under vector, and then you choose mapping. We'll move that one here. So I have this is the cement area here. So now here for vector, sorry, not vector, for this one here, I'm going to bring it in closer. You select the UV section, you connect it to the vector section here, and then from the vector section on the mapping node, this one here, you click it and connect it to the vector section of the image. So this is the image here, and then you go down here and change the scaling. I'm just going to change it to 25 for each axis. For Y it's 25, I mean X is 25, Y is 25, and Z is 25. So see, now it doesn't look as bad. It doesn't look blurry. It still looks, you can probably tell it's tiled, but it looks a lot better. And then also, here's grass. I'm going to do it again. So I selected grass. I'm going to click on add, input texture coordinates. I'll move it here. And then I'm going to add another one, a vector, and it's going to be mapping, a mapping node. So from UV, I connect UV to vector, and then this vector to the image node, the vector section here. Then I'm going to change this to, I'll change it to 25, the same as the other one. You can see it changing as I change this stuff around. There you have it. I have lawn. I still gotta fix this texture. I looked at how to make transparent textures, and that was another one I ran into trouble, so that's probably what I'm going to work on next to fix this. That's pretty much it though. I hope this helps anybody else out. I'm probably going to make more tutorials with Blender 3D. This is mostly a VR channel, but I kind of want to turn it into a little bit of everything here and there, especially if it helps people. Alrighty, see ya.